production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Eye on the Nation is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Eye on the Nation is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2026. All rights are reserved.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Eye on the Nation. I'm Leland Miller.
I'm Sandy Brown.
And of course, you're listening to us on 103.5 The Beat FM. Channel 224, that's on cable. Channel 112, that's on Flow. And ILTV Studios, where you should have liked and followed us by now. And share it in the groups with your friends that you just gossip with. Or you can watch us on YouTube.
Eye on the Nation.
Okay, fantastic. So, I don't know. Oh, maybe it's me.
It's like when you start talking, my head automatically is just like go to the side because I know it's about to be something.
I just think that there are rules to crashing a party.
Hold on, what? Very random. Okay, all right.
If you show up to the party uninvited, right? Because I just do that, right? Let's just imagine it's...
No, I've never done that.
What?
I've never.
I can tell you one thing. If I put on good enough clothes and enough cologne, my brother, I out all night. And that means whoever is having a party, I have just officially invited myself.
I don't crash people's parties.
What you cannot do is pee in the Jell-O bowl because you will get kicked out of the party.
I'm sorry, I need context. I need context.
Come and do it. I'm a Baptist. I'm Baptist in
Okay.
Especially if you don't have no invitation. How do you go to an event that you say you had no invitation for and then come and try to upset the people whose event it is? I'm saying.
I just catch where you're trying to go with this. This is not for right now. Right now is our rant time. Is this a part of your rant?
We're going to talk about the event. I'm just saying, where in life is this tolerated? I mean, you can't.
Okay, all right. Well, see, I don't want to talk about it without talking about it because that's for the next segment. That's not for this segment.
I just want to talk about common decency.
I understand that, but if you have an event in a public space that is in my backyard, why can't I come? It's not a closed.
This is having a party.
It's not. It's not. It's not a closed event. It was an open event, so it wasn't an invitation-only party. It was open, and as a matter of fact, they opened it to everyone, and I'm everyone.
Agreed.
So see, but now
But you can't show up to the party that you ain't contribute and throw it, and decide you want double dip your fritters in the fritter sauce. That's like, have you ever sat at a table with people who...
See, now you're getting us, we talking about something that's not supposed to be this segment. Okay.
I don't want to talk about the event. I just want to talk about common
but
decency.
I can't say my opinion without speaking about the event because what you're saying is also taken out of context. Do you sit at tables with
people that is double dip the wings?
I mean, if we family or something.
You can't double dip the wings if you ain't buying the wings. You only could double dip in wings you pay for. That's all I'm saying. It is common decency.
I would understand a little bit more if you said I went to an event that I wasn't invited to and I brought people. I know people who do that because he also went to the event he wasn't invited to and brought people and they all seem to have double dipped.
You can't double dip your wings in the sauce if this ain't the wings you pay for.
Yes, but it was... we just got to start talking about it. This was not the segment to talk about it. See why I don't like you? I know our producer in the back there shaking her head like this is not what we're supposed to be talking about right now.
It's such a thing as common decency.
What we can talk about, thank you for bringing up SAC, is it's the second day of BAISS, and SAC seems to have been in the lead. The last time I checked, I just wanted to put that big red machine. I would have put on red today for SAC. But, if you haven't heard, we're interviewing the Deputy Prime Minister in that 5 o'clock hour. And I figured if I put on red, it may be offensive.
call.
So I put on green.
Good call.
Green, I figure was, because I think
You
COI is
guarantee the
black.
DNA no longer exists.
Right, so
Yeah,
the
Orygenes
COI is
homolepsy
black.
has effectively killed that part.
So the COI is black. The PLP is like blue
The
and yellow.
Lambo is blue.
And so I didn't want to put on red. So I figured green was the decent color.
We've done one thing.
Thank you for that.
It is commonly indecent to chew your conch fritter and to dip the conch fritter back in the sauce. If this ain't the fritter you pay for, my brother. That's all I want to say.
We'll be back. Right
No
after
double
this.
dip in your fritter.
Eye on the Nation will be back right after these messages.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
We all know there are ways we can help. Your help can go even further. Be an everyday superhero. Donate to Hands for Hunger.
Welcome back to Eye on the Nation.
Hello, welcome back to Eye on the Nation. Thank you so much for staying with us again. I'm Leland Miller.
I'm Sandy Brown.
We giving the things again today?
We are. We have free things we're going to give out. We're going to give it out, like, I guess, right before the 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
Or do you want to sprinkle things throughout? We do have 2 pairs of tickets for the Beat Fest that we're giving out. We're also giving out a gas voucher courtesy of...
Fasco Bastian.
So we do have things that we're going to give out today, but we do also have a fun jam-packed show for you guys. Obviously, we're going to talk about what went down in Grand Bahama last night in terms of the town hall meeting that wasn't. And we also have the Deputy Prime Minister who's going to join us in the second half of the show, 5 o'clock hour.
Sure.
So stay tuned for that. You ready?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, so last night there was I guess it was supposed to be a town hall meeting. From what I understand, I think people are still kind of confused as to who organized the town hall meeting. Now, from what I understand, the town hall meeting was organized by someone. Let's just
Gregory
say,
K. Mawson
let's just say ...
Yeah, Gregory K. Mawson Associates.
And I'm not sure if they were who anyway, by ...
Sure.
Right? And the Prime Minister was invited to speak. And the town hall meeting, I guess, was to try and explain what happened with the recent ruling between the government and GPPA.
Right.
Because a lot of people were getting confused because the GPPA was sending out statements, the Prime Minister was sending out statements, a lot of big words, a lot of things that people may not have understood, especially because the Grand Bahama Port Authority sent out a statement saying, we won, And then the government sent a statement to say, we won.
Yeah.
So I guess it was kind of confusing. And the people who it affected the most were the people in Grand Bahama.
Sure.
So they decided that they wanted to have this town hall meeting to explain to them exactly what happened. Do you understand that to be the case?
I understand that to be the case.
Okay. Who organized it? I have no idea. It's being said now that it was a PLP organized event because a lot of PLPs showed up at the event last night. Is that also what you understand?
I understand that to be the case.
But I also understand that who this man was, what do I say? Hinting at earlier about who was invited to the party, who wasn't invited to the party and who showed up unannounced was opposition leader
Mikey Runks. He showed up as Mikey Runks. Because this is the only fella in the world I know. You know what's so funny? They have a microphone on the ground for people who got questions to ask their questions. He ain't want to ask no question there. You know where he want to ask question? Up on the podium.
See, this, from what I understood, now he is the member of parliament for Marco City.
The thing is in Marco City.
Right, and so it was in his constituency. So I get him saying, how could y'all have a town hall meeting in my constituency and not invite me? I understand that. He's also the opposition leader. And he's also saying, how am I not invited to something that affects my constituency and the people who, people of Grand Bahama who I hope to lead one day.
So to that I want to say that it is not uncommon for governments to have town hall meetings.
But this is not a government town hall meeting.
But agreed. I'm saying,
okay.
And so I'm saying to you that if the government, in fact, he is alleging that this is a PLP event. Well, let's go with his allegation. If this is in fact a PLP event, the government, it is not uncommon for the government to have town hall meetings that do not necessarily include the opposition. That's first and foremost. Second and foremost, by virtue of his position, first as member of parliament, and secondarily as leader of the opposition, he has every asset. He has the war chest. He have all the
arsenal. Do you know how deep the war chest is?
But it's a chest, eh?
Okay.
Right? It might be one of them little ones which you get from the straw market.
We just don't know how deep the chest is.
I'm saying to you, nothing precluded his ability, nothing obstructed his allowance to go and have his own event.
No, but I guess the point was, and I've said this from the beginning, and I think you and I agree on this one point. I think that the FNM has not been reaching the amount of people I think that they thought that they would have reached by now. Something isn't resonating, something is missing. And I think the tactics that they are trying
are... The leader side.
I think that they're trying...
The thing that's not resonating is the leader.
I think that they're trying COI's tactics. And that would happen when you just go and you take over someone's event and you do stuff like that. It's a Lincoln thing.
Okay.
It's something that we expect Lincoln to do. So I assume that he went up there to try and do it, and I think it kind of backfired a little bit. But I will say this in defense of those who organized the event. I was told from the reporters that were there that there were FNM supporters there as well as PLP supporters. And even though Michael Pintard ended up getting booed, he wasn't booed initially when he started to speak. They didn't boo him because he was the leader of the FNM and they just didn't want to hear what he had to say. They started to boo him when he started to speak about his views. When he said that he did not want to cut ties with the Grand Bahama, he didn't want to stop the Hawksbill agreement. That's when it seemed like he started to get booed. I think we have a clip before we go to that. Okay.
And I am of the view, right, because this is what grandstanding means in its most organic sense in English language. Had there been a more rugged gathering of Free National Movement supporters there, I believe they were going to usurp the authority of the moderator, as they did, because there was a constrained time allotment.
Yeah, but some mics were cut off and some people
They cut it off on crazy.
Yeah, I know.
A whole big grown man maturing, right? and I believe that had he realized or had he believed in his mind for 1 minute that he got or gained momentum, the FNM would try to overthrow that event.
Well, it's not what happened. So we do have a clip, a short clip of what happened when he was booed. We're going to play that for people who missed it last night.
Bahamians, primarily licensees of the port and others, and there should be a mechanism where those individuals can be elected. I do not believe and do not share the view that central government should be in control of the city of Freeport. You can, in fact, make sure that more of us in this room are involved in the governance of Freeport, but at the same time, we do not destroy the Hawksbill Creek Agreement. And let me explain why. We believe that you have an opportunity. We believe that you have an opportunity to do something completely different than what the families have done. Completely. We believe that the people of Freeport can, in fact, govern the city of Freeport in collaboration with the Chamber of Commerce, central government.
Poor little ding ding.
It was difficult to watch.
My brother, just leave. My brother, no
And you know,
one will be tied on here.
The moderator tried to help him. Like when he started to get booed, she was like, "Okay, yeah." But I give him, listen, I give him kudos for staying and trying to continue to make his point. The people were not making it easy. They didn't just boo; they continued to boo, and then they just ignored him. They just continued to talk over him.
Shout something a bit derogatory, like
I didn't hear it. You making up stuff now. I just think that
it doesn't help your fight. As a matter of fact, I think that last evening, Michael Pintard, the FNM's leader, eroded any ground they began to cover in the minds of Freeportians, Grand Bahamians, and people associated with this matter. I don't even think the people who he tried to build nexuses with, the Chamber of Commerce and all those people, none of those, because Gregory Moss, if you watch the town hall meeting, I mean, fleshed out the entire arbitration
I think he did
line by line.
He did a good job.
He's one of the most intelligent lawyers around this place.
He did a
right?
good job explaining.
After he came with your questions, what would make sense is if you at least jot down notes from Greg's points and say, now, Greg, you say one tree, this thing. What about?
But he didn't ask questions. He came to give a speech. He did not come to ask questions. He came to give a speech.
That you could have given on the Free National Movement's free Facebook page that all of the national
I don't think they would have had the audience that they would have had last night.
And click heart, tom, you the greatest ever. And it would have been beautiful. And you know what you could have said? You could have said, no one, check our numbers. We had 1,000 viewers. No one wants this. But you know what you have left there for the world to witness ad infinitum? It's that you have been soundly rejected. Guess where?
In your own constituency.
In Marco City, my brother.
Now, I try to be nice about it, right? I'll also say this.
Make it develop a drinking problem. He had to go home and have something after that.
I'll also say this, though. I think that it was the wrong time to try and make it political. I am not from Grand Bahama. I have visited maybe once, so I do not know the struggles and the plights of people in Grand Bahama as it comes to the Grand Bahama Port Authority. So I will never come up here and speak like I'm the authority on what is going on with them and what their concerns are. But it is clear from the town hall meeting that they have real concerns. And I think it was an injustice to the people who went there to try and get some information when it seemed like it turned into an F&M versus a PLP thing. Instead of, this is what the government wants to do for Grand Bahama in terms
No difficulty with womanliness, but this, I need to tell you what I have to say. It doesn't.
Do that again?
Did I do it well?
You did that too well.
It doesn't sell the point. And if you had, because he obviously has a little dossier prepared, right? You could have pre-packaged that, my brother, make it a little pamphlet and hand that out. And here's the deal, right? What you all, not saying you all like you're a part of them, what they did was what we call in military language a poorly planned ambush, and all of their soldiers got killed.
Yeah, and because he wasn't the only person that got booed, there was one of the F&M candidates.
They cut off the mic on a whole
He
big
also
man, on a whole big adult man.
They turned up. Now, from what I understand, what happened with Crazy is that he went up there during the question and answer period, and he asked several questions. But while asking these several questions, he had statements in between the questions.
The issue, yeah.
And so the questions turned into question statement, and he wouldn't stop in order for anyone on the panel to be able to answer the question.
So he had two questions in fairness.
And so Greg was like, listen, I got into one of your questions.
And that could be the only one
And
I
that's
answered.
it. And then he continued to talk again, and they was like, okay, turn this man mic off, because he's obviously here for a reason, and the reason is not to have his questions answered, but to have his point given.
Sure.
Which goes back to the same point that I said about Pintard. I think that it is an injustice to the people who went there to try and understand this a little bit better, or to try and speak with the government or get their questions out, when you have people who go up there with their own agenda. And the agenda obviously was not to educate or inform the people. It was to rile them up.
Sure.
Which happened, just not in the way that they wanted it to do.
And I often say, Jessica, sense doesn't require sensationalism.
Well, sensationalism sells for some people. It works for Lincoln Bain. And as much as people,
And how
some
much
people,
substance does that have?
It's not about substance. It's about the fact that when he goes on live, there are thousands of people that watch him go on live to say nothing.
But he's also the leader of His Majesty's loyal opposition.
I get that, but I'm only saying that to the point where you say sensationalism does not sell, and that's not true. We have people right now who both campaigns are using, who are social media
sensationalists.
But I'm saying to you,
who,
when they log on,
doesn't require sensationalism.
They log on, thousands of people sit there and watch them cuss and carry on and hang on to every word they say. So sensationalism does sell.
Sure.
They just did not do it in the way that it sells.
So here's the thing, right? The thing is, if the opposition in earnest believed that the Progressive Liberal Party, the Prime Minister, whomever they want to credit the victory to, didn't have a victory like they are claiming, then what better opportunity to just sit there and let them shoot themselves in the foot?
That's what I would have
I would
done.
just let them shoot themselves in the foot, and when they finish talking hot air, I'd say, y'all hear that bunch of hot air they blow there just now? That can't even blow up a balloon. What they cannot say is that they have gained anything. And here's the thing. He went up there arguing for the Hawksbill Creek Agreement. Gregory Moss very eloquently stated that according to this arbitration, we ain't been using the Hawksbill Creek Agreement since 1984. But not to be outdone, right behind this buffoonery comes a former cabinet minister of the Free National Movement in David Thompson, who say, well, my brother, we stopped using that since 1984, and I know because I was there when we drafted.
We have that clip.
You think Michael noticed? Let's go to the clip. We don't have the clip? We going to the clip of David Thompson. You can't miss him. He's had the same hairstyle since
I was trying to stop you from saying that.
Oh boy.
I want to say that as an FNM, in clearing the air in Grand Bahama on the arbitration ruling, the FNM stands strong as being in support of the ruling. The reason we are in support of the ruling is because the FNM Income Administration in 1994 saw the court as being vital to pay the government. And what you now have left is that same liability to go after. And thanks to the FNM, to Ingram, to David, and to the people of Grand Bahama, you can go forward with your liability claim. Bearing in mind that wherever you go in Grand Bahama, whether it's from the airport, to the Gallagher Memorial, to the CA State Building, wherever you go, you see evidence of the FNM having been good to the people of Grand Bahama.
Sensationalism, a little bit, but I expect that from him.
He got booed at the end, though.
But it's because at the end he tried to sell the message, or the sensational message that you all better thank God for the FNM. But notice his own utterances as someone who was in the room in 1984, say the liabilities that the arbitrators have suggested that you all could go for are the ones that we established in 1994, which according to Gregory Morse's breakdown of the entire thing, was established in 1994 that the government of the Bahamas would receive $500,000 a year for 5 years. That's $2.5 million if my mathematics is mathematically correctly. Correct?
Sure, but continue.
And then we would come back and reassess it. And what the arbitrators have said is that, well, the government ain't never reassessed nothing. So as far as I am aware, it's the self. But the point is that whatever the arrangement was under the Hawksbill Creek Agreement, which is you all will pay the government back for whatever it costs to administer administration fees outside of the government's ability to generate revenue.
Okay.
Whatever that balance is, you all will pay. We ain't going with that one no more. So this fella up here.
We got to take a break. You had music? We got to take a break.
You so lucky
we
this
will
jingle
continue to come back.
on.
We have some statements. We have some crime news that we're going to talk about. And we're going to let him finish. I promise.
I was in high gear.
We'll be back right after this.
Eye on the Nation will be back right after these messages.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay Eden well.
Once something becomes the common behavior, it is the common behavior. When you operate at that level, personal emotions simply cannot float to the top.
For the average normal person that goes to the store, things like that affect us.
They must be judicious in the execution of their duty.
Well, I think whatever the nurses want, give it to them. Hedges, you know you used to do everything on your phone now. You see how old you is?
What are we walking back? That Bimini is no longer an island?
That's
okay,
not
because
what he was trying to
he also
say. Well, I don't even know what Red Basket anymore either. What do y'all people say?
It's time for Quick Draw. Get out your tickets now. We're playing Quick 2, 3, and 4. Good luck.
Welcome back to Eye on the Nation.
Hello, welcome back to Eye on the Nation. I'm Levin Miller.
I'm Sandy Brown.
And do not be alarmed by TV.
Some things are going on right now.
This is not a drill.
But we're good. I guess we could wrap up this whole conversation about what happened in the GBPA. I mean, at the meeting. I know there was more. But we got to show more, but we got to wait like 2 seconds before we can show.
As a matter of fact, I like the way you said at the meeting just now because it make me think about the soulful. What the Andres group the name?
I don't know because I have no idea what you're talking about. We do have more. We do have one more clip we want to show you, and then both the PLP and the FNM sent out statements today, so we're going to read a little bit of those statements as well. But I just want to reiterate one more time that I think that regardless of what happened last night, I think the people of Grand Bahama really just want some sort of conclusion. They want someone to tell them what is going on, what is going to happen in the future. And I think
Greg wants, did phenomenally.
I understand that. But instead of that being in the headlines today, for people who may have missed it, right? For those who may not have been to the town hall meeting, instead of that being,
we are talking about the lawyer consultant.
We're here talking. We're here.
Wonderful.
All the headlines this morning was about Michael Pintard and
how much lawyer consultant?
And about Kwesi Thompson. Anyway, the point is, it was about everything but what the town hall meeting was supposed to be.
Dressed down, by the way, because he says, "My name is Kwesi Thompson. I am a resident of Grand Bahama."
Criminal defense attorney. And the criminal defense attorney is a little bit different from corporate law, but I get what you're saying.
But he was the criminal defense attorney for big time criminals, not Pookie them.
I get.
The prime minister was doing crime law.
He definitely did son him, but you know, different types of law though. Different types of law.
But Pookie them couldn't afford the prime minister if he was still practicing law. They would have to go to I don't know who. One of them other fellas with the shoes that don't match. But they certainly couldn't go with the prime minister because the prime minister is big time criminal lawyer is what I'm trying to tell you. And I think and here's the deal, right? The thing is, no matter where you go throughout the length and breadth of the Commonwealth of Bahamas, people always talk about the prowesses of the prime minister as a lawyer.
As a criminal defense lawyer.
My question is though, you think that same lawyer doesn't show up in the office of the prime minister? Because one of the things that a criminal defense lawyer is very good at is finding the loopholes. Finding where the law has its flaws and its failings. You don't think that same person shows up in the office of the prime minister? You think that 52 years just somehow evaporates when he goes into his capacity as prime minister of the Commonwealth? I don't think so. I think he approaches everything as Philip Edward Davis, criminal defense attorney, and the same one that got criminals bail for murder when in the Moscow case. I think it was the same Philip Edward Davis. I don't perceive that he somehow has a switch in the back of his neck that he could just turn off and that person doesn't show up. And so all I'm saying is, I want us to give the prime minister, whether he had hands-on carriage of this matter or not, I want us to not discredit the work that he's put into being a noted attorney and believe that he's read the arbitration ruling. He also talked about the fact that he used to be a magistrate. You know what that means? Not only did he argue the law, he at some point in his life interpreted the law.
Yeah.
One of the panelists last evening was a magistrate as well. You're talking about people that have interpreted the law.
You know,
what is the possibility that they would be miles away from what the facts are?
It's not that. I just think that a lot of people may not trust what they have to say because it may have been politically motivated. That's all I think it is. I don't think people don't trust it.
The moderator
was a PLP.
The moderator at the end, hold on, because I saw that they were trying to lambast in social media. The moderator at the end, in my view, did everything to continue to try to take it back to a Grand Bahama-centric theme. She also celebrated the fact that the final panelist, his name escapes me right now, alluded to the fact that Mr. Davis was doing something that hadn't been done by any prime minister prior. And she said basically, or what she innuendoed was that this man ain't never been a PLP from he born. And if he believes that the PLP is doing something worth mentioning, that is a reason to celebrate, which lets you know that it wasn't a PLP event.
Well, anyway, let's read the statements from the FNM and the PLP, and then we could wrap this up.
You don't want to let the people see Omar?
Oh, okay.
They have to see more of this.
Okay. All right, we're gonna play
this
that.
charcuterie board of ignorance. Go ahead. Isn't that what it was?
I would not call it a charcuterie board of ignorance. I wouldn't call it that.
Board of incompetence?
My name is Omar Isaacs, FNM candidate from West Grand Bahama. I would like to preface my question with a comment that we are all Grand Bahamians here. And after we leave here, I would have to go back to the Ryan Memorial Hospital where a 25-year-old constituent of mine has been sitting in a chair for the past 48 hours. I just want to make that clear. When we talk about progress, I would like to see progress in our healthcare. If Freeport's competitive advantage is supposed to be the certainty under the Hawksbill Creek Agreement, Health is spending years in arbitration and millions in legal fees against the very entity responsible for administering the free trade zone. Help attract new foreign direct investment because we have a hotel and it has been sold. We are in need of an airport. So can you please answer that question?
Explain.
Now, I think that he went wrong because when he initially went out and he said that he was the candidate, the FNM's candidate, he got some chairs. Nobody booed him.
That was the 6 FNM who come in the
Not the point. Not the point.
Listen.
He did not get booed.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't seem like the people in the crowd. He lost them when he started to talk about other things that wasn't what they was talking about. Like he went on to talk about the airport and the hospital instead of talking about what the people wanted to hear about was the GBBA, the Hawksbill Real Agreement, and this arbitration.
Mm-hmm.
That's all people wanted to hear about.
And the Prime Minister dressed him down immediately after that as well. The Prime Minister said, well, if you're talking about progress is there is a hospital being constructed up the street from the hospital as we speak. And I'm very sorry that your friend at 25 years old has to be in the hospital, but don't say that there is no progress. Now, the progress may not look like what you perceive progress to be, but the fact that steel, cement, and bricks are coming out of the ground is undeniably progress.
People didn't want to talk about it, period.
Agreed. But that was what the point was. We have the whole Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Bahama sitting down here. No one should take more responsibility for its success or its failure than the Prime Minister in Grand Bahama, because they also mentioned the Alukaya property, right? And all I'm saying is in the one moment where the people have an opportunity to hold their Prime Minister accountable, you all have robbed them of this.
Okay, I do not disagree with you. I said that in different words.
I like.
No, because I already said it, but it's like you feel like when you say it, you feel like it's right. But when I said it, it's like you didn't hear it. It went through one ear, come on the next. We know. Well, let's get some of the comments from the people because I'm sure they probably tired of hearing from us. Sani, the reporter from Eyewitness said there were PLP and FNM supporters here. There were. Someone said, y'all sure Chester's still in the HOA. Man, he come in. He tell us he come in.
Yeah. We have siren.
It's pretty straightforward. It was an open event. The reporter said there were POPs and FNMs there, but the reason that Pintar got booed is he started off good, but then pivoted and started speaking on behalf of the port. And they wonder why they think he carried water for the GPPA. Someone said it's a town hall meeting. Anyone is invited. He didn't have to be invited. Michael must realize it's political season, and like he called him, Philip checkmate him. He came to a party and wanted to upstage and got run.
I can tell you that while you might not have to get an invitation to come, right? Come. I assume you's big serious people. You big and serious? Say it. Say, I am big and serious.
I am not repeating anything. I'm not
big and serious.
Say what you have to say.
Big serious man like me don't show up nowhere without no invitation. You know what it is? And my brother, print an invitation with my name on it. And put in 1+1 just in case.
If he had left out the piece with the port, he would have been fine. The point being missing is that most persons in the room was a matter of sovereignty. To have a would-be leader stand up and say he would turn over the rights of people to a private company, rubbish. The reason Kwesi Thompson was booed was because he tried to assume that he was the only one in the room who understood the ruling.
They cut his mic off. Forever and ever, that'll be in the history books of the Bahamas. That Kwesi getting mic cut off.
I was 2 years old and David had the same hands. Why would you say that?
My brother.
Mr. Pintar wasn't a speaker at the town hall meeting yet. He came with a long speech. Maybe he just, he had that. He's a writer, so he just used to carry. He's carried the things around with him.
Pamphlet and hand them out to the door.
Someone said we can't see you guys. Yeah, we had some technical difficulties. We worked it all out. Thank you.
It's not a drill. Do not adjust your television set. We're still here.
It's good now. Pintar came to the town hall to do exactly what he did, and it backfired on him. Why are we rushing past this story? We're not. We've been talking about it for 41 minutes. Yeah. It's just that, it's kind of time for us to try and talk about something else.
That we have to come to one common conclusion, Francesca, and it shan't let us progress unless you agree. That you can't double dip your conch fritter unless these the fritters you pay for.
I think that they went with an agenda and it backfired. And hopefully, they can find some way to pick back up the steam that may have lost. If they had any steam to begin with. I just think that the more people that went out to speak and the more that they got booed from the crowd, but I give it to them that they stayed. I give that to them. They stayed and they did not go home. I would have gone home.
Maybe it's a psychological effect. Who knows?
But the F&M is saying that the reason that they got booed, and let's go to the statements quickly.
Let's go to the statements.
The F&M said that the reason that they got booed was, I'll just read through it as quickly as I could. The hosts were PLP, the protocol team was PLP, the sound production was PLP, even transportation appeared to be politically coordinated with school buses bringing PLP supporters from West and Grand Bahama. In the midst of all the heckling, our leader did what he has done his entire life, stood up fearlessly for the Bahamian people. During his remarks, the taxpayer-funded off of the Prime Minister official live.
He was in my primary school one time.
They placed PLP videos over Mr. Pintar's image.
He wasn't standing up for the people the whole time. Do not tell untruths. I'm saying to you, here's what I'm saying to you, Francesca.
You want me to finish the statement or?
This might be incredibly correct. All I'm asking is, why would the leader of the opposition, as if he doesn't have a fiduciary responsibility in law, not simply convene a town hall meeting, a virtual meeting?
We answered this already. It's because he wanted to prove a point. He wanted to put on a show and it backfired. We said that already.
Okay.
Also, I think they put out that statement to say all of that, to say that the reason that they were booed wasn't because what they were saying didn't make sense, or it's not because they lost momentum in Grand Bahama, that they were booed because it was the F&M. I mean, because it was a PLP's event.
And so that's the exact point. The exact point is, you can't follow up last night's antics with that as a statement.
Well, they did already. The PLP also released a statement. Let me read some of that statement. This was in, they were replying to the F&M statement. Sorry, a lot is going on at one time. So they said that the statement surprised no one. It was not written for the people of Grand Bahama. They were talking about, not the statement, about Michael Pintar's comments at the meeting. They said that the comments were written for two families who own the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and everyone in this country knows it. Michael Pintar works for the GPPA. They put that in big, bold print. He always has. Nothing about the F&M has changed under his leadership. Nothing. The F&M has always been a party of the rich, the powerful, and the privileged. When wealthy families need protection from accountability, the F&M answers the call. Mr. Pintar asked how much the arbitration cost, which was something that they did bring up because the people of the Bahamas are going to have to pay for it. But he says, well, how much did the F&M's decade of silence cost? You know what, like when people ask a question and they ask the question back without answering, you could actually answer that, because I'm actually also curious to know how much this did cost us. They're saying, was the F&M who signed the agreement in the first place, extending GBB's concessions, so he don't understand why they're all up in arms. Now they're saying Michael Pintar is the weakest leader. Wow, and they put that in bold. Why did they put that in bold? Michael Pintar is the weakest leader the F&M has ever had. Not brave enough to stand up to the families who fund his politics. They say nothing has changed. The F&M serves power. The PLP serves the people. And then that was the end of the statement. That was the statement, I guess, in response to the F&M's earlier statement. I think the point is that the entire point of the town hall meeting ended up being lost. It was taken over. Everybody today talked about everything but the points.
So can we call it a charade?
My good friend over here tried to say Greg Moss said this and Greg Moss said that, but nobody knows what Greg Moss said last night, or nobody knows what the Prime Minister said last night, to be honest, because all we know is that Michael, but nobody else knows it. People who didn't watch it would not know. All we know today, we know for sure, Michael Pintar got booed. Crazy Thompson got his mic cut off, and the poor young boy, the candidate, also got booed. We know nothing else that happened from it.
David Thompson was there.
And David Thompson had the same hairstyle you said for 2 decades. That's the only thing that came out of it. And unfortunately,
5 decades.
I'm ignoring you. But unfortunately, we didn't learn anything because it was taken over by what did you call it? You called it a charcuterie of
incompetence.
Of incompetence.
Or a smorgasbord of ignorance.
I think the people who, at the end of the day, the people of the Bahamas who were interested in actually hearing about the arbitration and what happened lost out. The people in Grand Bahama who actually maybe wanted to ask their own questions and find out what that meant for them, what it meant with the Hawksbill agreement. Like, you know, some people just don't know. They obviously don't know anything.
So fantastically enough, at least, from my understanding of what transpired, Mr. Moss, Greg, handed out his entire breakdown.
Did you get one?
No, but I suspect the PLP should have intercepted that and simply published it. I suspect that will happen at some point, but it would make sense since it was, I understand, so thorough, and it was a large part of the basis of what it is he explained last night. We're going to talk about crime now?
Are we done? Are we allowed to? Because the audience was mad because they said that we didn't spend enough time talking about it. It has been 47 minutes.
Yeah, they probably just go to a Baptist church.
Hey, you ain't gonna do that to us Baptists now. It's been 47 minutes. I think we've given them enough time. They took time from the people last night. They're not gonna take any more time from either.
You heard, Francesca.
Okay, all right. So we have some crime news.
We will not stand for that.
We have some crime news that we want to talk about quickly, and like we said, in the 5 o'clock hour, we do have the Deputy Prime Minister who will be joining us, and hopefully Levin knows how to behave.
What do you mean? We want to ask him nice things. How is John going to do it?
Hopefully he knows how to behave. But there was an interesting crime story that I did want to talk about, and there was one that Levin wanted to talk about. Do you want to start it off?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
I just want to start off by saying, y'all better pray I never is the cashier in a glass room in a building full of people, because my brother, this is no longer a robbery, this is a hostage situation. I'm not unlocking this door. So whatever Pookie do with y'all out there, my friend, there's nothing I can do with that. But just know I have the police on the phone and they are on the way.
But you know, it is very easy to say what you would do in a situation when you are not in the situation. Luckily, let me knock on this. I know if this real would or what not. I've never been robbed. So I cannot say what I would do, what I wouldn't do, how I would have done something. But I think what he is talking about is a story that went viral over the weekend because we saw the video. And from what I understood,
like this and say, open the door.
From what I understood, one of the men ended up getting charged. I mean, it's no surprise that they were caught. They didn't try to hide themselves. They had on construction clothing. Yeah. They didn't try to disguise their voice. They stole iPhones. Yeah. Any criminal knows.
Leave the iPhone.
Leave the iPhones. You might have a better chance with a Samsung, but even me with my
iPhone? Oh yeah, I can. He actually said that in the video.
Even me with my Samsung, I could still track my phone. You could track iPhone. Stealing an iPhone don't make sense. Even if it is tracked, you could remotely turn your iPhone off, and then people would never be able to use it. So just might as well leave the iPhone. I mean, it just didn't make sense. The whole robbery. Well, not from what I read. I wish we had it. I read this thing on social media where this woman said last year something similar happened to her in one of her establishments where the two guys came dressed the same way. And a similar thing happened. They robbed the establishment. She said the police ended up finding the items in some people's homes. They went to do a lineup. But unfortunately, because I guess the guys had their face covered, they weren't able to identify the men, even though they found, allegedly, the items in their possession. This is what the woman said. But she said when she heard the voice in the CCTV footage or the camera footage, she had recognized the guys. And she alleges that it was the same guys. So they did it before, allegedly, and got away with it, allegedly. But not this time. One of them got charged in court.
Well, I tell you, he can get charged with hostage holding, because when he push his hand, he say, open up the door. I say, oh no, brother, this glass shall protect me. You and them people out there, that on yours.
How you know if that's a bulletproof glass? He pushed his hand through it, though.
Well, you can shoot this glass. By then...
I'm not getting shot for somebody else's money. He could have all the money in that establishment. I am not getting shot for someone else's money.
In the office underneath the table. He even in a part of this robbery. He probably thought he was an ostrich. He just in the office under the table.
I would have been under the table, too.
Is anyone calling the police?
I would have been under the table, too. And you can cannot sit here and say what you have done in that situation if you have never been in that situation. I would have fainted.
I feel differently.
I probably would have passed out.
The
Yes, we have the news clip. Go to the clip.
Yeah. They can have hostages because I'm not opening the door.
Well, it seemed to play out like a scene from the movies. One of the men charged in that brazen armed robbery captured on video and widely shared on social media, appearing in court today. The incident, which went viral online, sending shockwaves throughout the community as viewers watched the daring robbery unfold. Arlington Ritchie Jr. has the details in this report tonight.
About 15 to 30 minutes before the incident happened, and he would have been with me.
Stand up, all right, in the back there. One, right? One more person, right? How many people in the back there? One.
31-year-old Adam Newbold, one of two men allegedly involved in a chilling armed robbery caught on tape, hauled before the magistrate's court on Monday, charged with armed robbery. His alleged accomplice still on the run. Now, while the video and two wanted posters, including Newbold's, circulated over the weekend, inside investigators confirmed to Eyewitness News the other individual is not wanted in connection with the viral robbery.
You hear me? Take your phone and just walk here. It's true. Where the f*** is your phone? Over there, I was on a call. I was on a meeting.
It's alleged that Newbold and another man whose identity remains unknown, dressed as construction workers, walked into a business establishment in the East Street South area on Thursday and reportedly snatched cash and other materials before escaping on a moped, leaving behind a trail of trauma for victims.
I come to f***ing one. Where the phone? Give me this. That's an iPhone? Yes, iPhone. Don't look at me. Lay down on the ground. Lay down on the ground. 5 seconds. What's the move?
While that video clip captured the attention of many across social media, for one local entrepreneur and justice of the peace, Dr. Felicia Archer, it felt like a case of deja vu, sparking concern of a criminal trend brewing.
It was quite obvious that there's some type of connection, there's some type of similarities. I mean, everything is almost identical, the same tone, the same language, the same weapon.
Archer, whose business is in the East Street South area, described the event she watched as nearly identical to the December 21st, 2025 incident at her store, still an open case when an individual in construction attire wreaked havoc.
He ordered the nail tech to go around the room and take and collect all cell phones and to collect the money, and he went ahead and he placed it in his backpack.
Days later, multiple items snatched from Archer's patrons were reportedly discovered at a residence she claims, linking culprits to the scene. Persons in her store were contacted by authorities to come in and assist with the investigation.
They then called in some of the victims to come in to identify these persons, but once some of the victims went to identify these persons, all of a sudden the identification process was no longer happening or it was rescheduled.
Archer alleges that after that followed a series of letdowns. As she says, to date, authorities report the matter is, quote, still under investigation.
Persons from my business, they are still shaken up. I am asking for the authorities to expedite this process as soon as possible to try their endeavor best to bring justice to the victims, not just at my store, but the other store that was impacted.
Now, authorities were unable to comment on if Newbold was also being investigated for other armed robberies. However, he was not required to enter a plea during his initial arraignment. Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
And you ain't think a 31 Newbold them could rest this down now. You can't be 31 Robin, man. I anti that. I anti.
It's not, you know what really irritated me about this? Like, okay, you were already stealing from an establishment, right? You were already gone in there with this gun. Why you have to terrorize people while you doing it? Like, why you have to, I got do this to you, and I got effing this, and I got, like, why you want to do all of that, babe? Like, if you just want to take my stuff and go, why you got to make me lay on the floor? Why you got to keep kicking the chair? He kept kicking the chair.
That poor boy back ain't never wait to see him no more.
Like, I don't know, it was just so aggressive.
Like, this assailant is also wanting to put in a police report for assault.
In any event,
every time he kicked that chair and that boy back.
I just don't understand. I hope they throw away the key, lock it up, don't let him back out. If it is a trend, keep him in there forever, because we do not need people like that terrorizing people on the streets.
Newbie, listen to me.
Newbie.
That is, you need Newbold, you have to have 1 you 31. Let this be your last year doing this, okay? I don't do this no more after this.
Anyway, we do have to hurry up, wrap it up, because we do have the DPM on at 5 o'clock. But I did want to talk about another story that was kind of scary for me. It was a little startling. And I think it took place last night. I think we have the news story up. I could read it a little bit and we can show it to you guys. But it seems as though, I don't know if it's a new trend. Oh, I guess we can talk about it. Oh. I'll hold it. I'll hold it right there.
We can hold it.
And then we'll talk about it, I guess, tomorrow or another time.
To the people of Cat Island, I hear water is on the way. You know, they're not water.
We'll be back.
You know, they're not
We'll be back
but
right after this.
It's on the way. Thank God to Leon Lundy and the Han and Kimber Brigade. I had to say it. They have water now.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
Okay, guys, this is what we doing today. We training for the bounce back. This a 150K payday. Y'all ready? Yes. Y'all sweating today. Give me a 2 ball. 10. Give me another 2 ball. 15. You spin, right? It don't look so. There's 10K. Name these games after me. Food Dragon.
Food Dragon.
Cinema Classic.
Cinema Classic.
Yeah. Put that parlay in. Put that in. You know, Jalen Bronson disappointed us last time. You want to walk for this or you want to run for this? Good pace. Good pace. Not too much water. Put it down. Let's go.
It's the Bounce Back 150K payday. Big wins for 10 weeks straight. 15K every week. 10K to a lucky winner. Visit islandluck.com for more info. Island Luck. Winners live here. It's time for Quick Draw. Get out your tickets now. We're playing Quick 2, 3, and 4. Good luck.
Welcome back to Eye on the Nation.
Welcome back to... There's so much going on in here. Welcome back to Eye of the Nation. I'm Francesca Brown.
And of course, I'm Leland Miller. Thank you all so much for staying with us this break. As we promised.
Well, the people said no because somebody messaged in the comments and like he was still in the house, so you came straight from the house to us.
It's been a busy day, but I promised I would be here.
Oh, and we appreciate it so much. You're like our first like official
Yeah, we
guest.
did the big leagues.
We just went straight to the top.
I was supposed to be here for a little while.
Yeah, we were trying to get it together. We still trying to get it together, but we had to get it together for you.
Good. I'm hearing good things about your show.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure it's because of me. All right. But we do have some questions when it comes to tourism. But before we get there, I wanted to do like a quick little, get everybody comfortable, get you accustomed to us and the show. Sure. Fast questions, first thing to come to your head so people could get to know you better. And I could tell the kind of man that you really are by the answers to these questions. You ready? It's just fast questions.
Let's do it.
All right, you ready?
I'm excited about it. Let's go.
Okay. Hot Island Pink Sound or Exuma Blue Water?
Exuma.
Coffee or
absolutely.
tea?
Coffee, many times a day.
Many times a day.
Are you one of those super adults that have yours without sugar and cream?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not a super
reached that
adult
level
yet.
of
No,
adulthood
I
yet.
need plenty sugar and I need
Straight
coffee
up,
mate and
don't let
everything.
anything
Absolutely
spoil
not.
the caffeine.
Suit and tie, island casual.
More and more island casual.
Phone calls or text messages?
Text, please. What's up?
Peas and rice, crab and rice.
A little bit of both.
Conch, fried conch or fried snapper?
Fried conch.
Johnny cake with butter or cheese?
Butter.
Butter. And the last one, this is the one that everybody was rowing about on social media. Do you eat conch salad?
Yep.
Mayo or no mayo?
No mayo, please.
Okay.
Naturally.
All right. Well, from you said no mayo, then I understood that you're a good man.
And I know he's also from the Family Islands. I have to throw this in. You're not doing that tropical stuff either, are you?
Oh, no, but I like tropical.
Only if the fruits are from the Family Island, though.
I like tropical.
I guess.
All right. Okay, you passed. You kind of passed. But welcome to the show again. Leaving you on
we've noticed that there've been a lot of things happening in tourism. We know that the numbers, like you've said in the House of Assembly, continue to go upward. Many people, though, have said there's no real reason to credit Chester Cooper with that. It's the post-pandemic boom. The Bahamas is strategically located. These things would happen no matter what, no matter who was in the chair. There's no specific policy driving this. What do you say to those people?
Firstly, we have a great team at the Ministry of Tourism all around the world. I'm truly grateful for them, the work they put in every day on behalf of the people of the Bahamas. And if this was easy, anyone could do it. But we recruit the best and the brightest. We have a lot of experts who work for us. They give their heart and soul to the industry and the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm delighted to be the minister responsible for tourism at this time. We've had a great 3-year run. We've broken records, 3 years consecutively. I don't know that that's been done before. I haven't checked because we're not focused on the records. We're focused on delivering for the Bahamian people, delivering the results. I don't need to take the credit if we put heads in beds. If we get guests who are going to spend with the Bahamian people, if we get more and more guests off the ship, if I'm able to carry the flag of the Bahamas around the world, if the IMF and the S&P continue to praise tourism for the great contribution to the economy, I'm just the Minister of Tourism.
Wow.
So I'm a humble boy from Forbes in Little Exuma. I don't do this job for credit and praise. I do it as a national service to contribute to the Bahamian people. In fact, I enjoy the job so much, I'll do it for free, actually. Don't tell the Prime Minister, but, it's truly been a rewarding experience to lead the largest economic driver of our country, tourism. I call it the rising tide because everything hinges on it. And let's not forget that only a few years ago there was COVID. There was 0 tourists coming to the Bahamas during that year. The number is now 12.5. Let's not forget the 12.5. 12.5 million. But importantly for me, it's money being spent, salaries being paid, vendors making a sale, mortgage payments, children going to college, school fees, on and on and on and on. This is what we do. And we recognize the significance of what it is we're doing, beyond the numbers, beyond the records, beyond the accolades and the credit. We understood the mission when we started in 2021, and we understand the mission now.
Beyond the numbers, what would you say to people who say 12.5 million is a great number, but are Bahamians actually feeling that? Are the tourists actually coming off of the cruise ships? Are they actually going into downtown? Are they spending the money? I, as a regular citizen, being able to feel the economic impact of these numbers, what would you say to people who say, we just don't feel it?
Let me answer that firstly on a macro level. Every dollar in your pocket right now, of that dollar, 65 cents, comes from tourism.
Okay.
So we all are feeling it. If we take out that 65 cents out of every dollar, we will have a catastrophic economic event.
Certainly a whole lot less dollars.
So let's so let's be abundantly clear about that one thing. I do understand the concern though. I understand that some people are a bit frustrated not making as much money as they would wish. We understand that not enough guests are coming off the ship. We're doing something about it. We're improving our product. We're creating new experiences. We're getting more people into business. The Tourism Development Corporation was formed fundamentally to empower Bahamians, and that's what we're doing. We're giving grants. We're doing Airbnb, additional home sweet home grants, we call them, for the expansion of opportunities where individuals in Ragged Island or Andros or Bimini or any family island can earn money from their house, and we're ensuring that people get in the communities. When we travel abroad, we talk about our 16 island destinations. We're not just talking about Nassau, Paradise Island. We let the world know that we are an archipelago, and you can go from Inagua to Grand Bahama and everywhere in between, because we want there to be equity. We want Bahamians all across these islands to feel it, as you put it. We're making progress in this regard. We're not just about jobs. You notice we don't rave about the jobs that's being created anymore, although 6 out of 10 of the jobs are directly in tourism. We don't rave about that anymore. But if you take away those 6 jobs out of every 10, you will have a catastrophic economic event, right? So when people talk about not feeling it, sometimes we take tourism for granted. I don't take it for granted. I recognize the significance of it. I recognize what's riding on it. The IMF and the S&P and all of the international agency credits tourism for the growth and the boom in the economy, for the increase in government revenues. So I believe more people are feeling it than they actually realize. But I get the point. We want to create more opportunities, and that's what we're doing.
So what do you say? I saw that there was some pushback a couple of weeks ago when you, I think it was somebody made the utterance that, Bahamians need to get more involved in the business of tourism, right? And the common cry is how? Funding is still something that isn't exactly readily available. We talked about selling the multi-island destination to the world, right? When we know that multi-island destination transportation isn't always as seamless as that could be. Are we building out the product in a way that, one, empowers people to do that, to be a part of the product? Because many Bahamians have great ideas, but we're talking about $30,000 in startup, maybe $50,000 in startup. If you're doing anything that is water-based, you're talking about all of the government protocols, procedures, and insurances of up to $1 million. All impede people's ability to get into the space where they become not just employees of the tourism product, but now manufacturers of the tourism brand, which they benefit from. And then whether or not your plan involves I don't know whether it is a multi-cruise opportunity, a multi-airlift opportunity. Why can't a tourist coming from, I don't know, Atlanta, land in New Providence, overlay in maybe Exuma, or come from Exuma, stop in New Providence? Is tourism building out something that is a bit more broad-based, given our archipelagic build-up?
About 16.
I'm gonna say the same thing. I was trying to follow too. Like I was at the beginning and then.
One question for each one of our destinations.
Sure.
Let me tell you, I don't mind the push-up. I've pushed back. I've signed on for this opportunity to represent the Bahamian people. Firstly, I want there to be engagement. In fact, we invited engagement on the subject often. We have invited the opposition to come for a technical briefing, not with me, with the professionals, the people who are doing the heavy lifting behind the scenes. Go talk with them, ask them about the numbers, ask them about the strategy. I've invited them every year, at least 6 times so far, and they have not availed of the opportunity once. So when I hear pushback from them, you know, I take it with a grain of salt. When the Bahamian people talk to me and they say they want more opportunities, I listen intently. We had a meeting a few weeks ago with the cruise stakeholders, because many people say they don't quite understand yet the full economic value or impact of cruise tourism. So we've had everyone in the room, the taxi association, the cruise lines themselves, the funding agencies, as you mentioned, tourism officials from the Tourism Development Corporation, on and on. We had 100 people in the room discussing this issue. And we are creating solutions to the perceived issues and the real issues. And we understand that this is a work in progress. Many of our solutions are longer term, some are short, and some are medium term. You asked an important question, not that the other 15 were. But you asked an important question about funding. And let me tell you that the Tourism Development Corporation, the Tourism Development Levy, the Tourism Development Fund were all created to enhance the product experience and to get Bahamians into business. This is the first time that this has happened, where there's dedicated funding for tourism-related entities. First time ever in the history of our 5-decade-old industry, we've done something about it. So we're doing grants, as I've mentioned before, and we're also doing some endorsements to other financial institutions. We're providing technical assistance that we are paying for to help people to make the entry into business. We're connecting them with the cruise lines. We have insurance facilities, because you know, if you have a scooter rental business, you're renting to cruise passengers, you need to have $2 million worth of insurance. We're facilitating that. Sometimes we're paying for it. This is the Tourism Development Corporation. And now there's also doing an amazing job is the Small Business Development Center. Ms. Samantha Roll is very energetic. She's getting into the islands. She's crossing over into various industries, including tourism. She's lending money. She's investing in businesses. The SBDC, that is investing in businesses, taking equity in businesses, large and small. The venture fund, actively engaged, taking participation in ventures, tourism and other related entities. The Bahamas Development Bank, we recently sourced $30 million for the Bahamas Development Bank. And they, by and large, support industry, agriculture, fisheries, all linked to tourism. So we are seeing more and more funding available for tourism-related entities. And I will tell you that as a result of participation, incubation, startup funding made available to these entities, small businesses are becoming medium, medium are becoming large, large businesses are taking regional positions, right? So as they grow, commercial banks are taking note. As there are contracts between Miller's Scooter Rentals and Carnival Cruise Lines, banks are seeing those contracts as bankable. They're seeing it as a steady revenue stream. So we're making significant progress. Are we moving fast enough? It's never fast enough. We want to create job creators all across these islands. We've been raving about jobs too long, and I've gone on record and I will continue to shout it from the mountaintop that the next level for tourism and the entire economy for that matter is about ownership. We've gotten political independence. We've created a lot of social systems over the 50 plus years that we've been independent. And now there's a call for economic independence. It will come as a result of small and medium-sized enterprises growing and developing, the TDC, the SBDC, all the agencies and arms of government creating opportunities to ensure that Bahamians can succeed in these industries here at home. Now, I probably missed 10 of your questions, but I'm sure we'll get back to those.
You know, you speak about all of those avenues that are available to small businesses or people who want to get into businesses or even medium-sized businesses. But a lot of the complaints we continue to see, especially on social media from Bahamians, is, I guess, the difficulty, the process of getting a business license or starting a business, or a lot of the red tape that they have to go through in order to get it. Do you think that the message that you just said about all these avenues that are available is reaching the people that it needs to reach? Do you think that the average Bahamian knows that these grants are available, or the SBDC is out there, or they could reach out to the government for assistance when it comes to starting their business? Because it seems as though there's a disconnect from your message and the people that are meant to receive it.
Well, let me tell you that as a businessman, a recovering businessman, I feel the pain of the business community. This is an area where there must be more progress. It is still too difficult to do business in the Bahamas on all levels. Small businesses, medium-sized businesses, and large businesses are all concerned about the ease of doing business or the lack thereof. So to your question, one of the things that we've done, before I get to that, let me just say, we're working on these issues, and hopefully in our next term in office, we will have more progress on this issue than we have had this time.
I love the confidence.
The next point, the next point I will make is that we've created something called the Opportunity Hub. The Prime Minister, in his wisdom, thought it necessary to consolidate a platform that puts all of these opportunities in a centralized location. That's getting some traction. What I would like to see moving forward, which I believe will be a part of our blueprint for progress, is the consolidation of some of these agencies to ensure that you don't need to go 5 different places to source capital. It goes through one funnel, and at the end of that funnel, there's a determination made as to which agency is best suited to fund that opportunity, or the method of funding for that opportunity. So yes, we're working on these things. It has to be easier to be done. We're making some significant inroads. The SBDC, for example, have been doing grants with a very quick turnaround. The Tourism Development Corporation will tell you that when they open an offering for grant, they say it's 21 days to apply, and at the end of that 21 days, within 7 days, they notify whether you're getting the grant or not. And then within the next 7 to 14 days, there is payment. So I'm seeing significant improvement in these processes, and we are going to continue to push ahead for more progress as it relates to this.
I'm happy you talked about consolidation, because one of the things I always talk about is the consolidating of various ministries, right? And as it exists now, you are the Minister of Tourism, Aviation, and Investments. An interesting portfolio, but the product of tourism is driven by the engine of culture. I know you don't assign cabinet portfolios, but do you think in any way there could be a greater consolidation of your ministry that gains the kind of continuity and flexibility that you just mentioned with the various agencies collaborating in such a way so that they aren't in silos and that they all are compacted in one place, do you think there may be a missing prong from the way your ministry is constructed that could help that be realized?
Let me answer that a couple of ways. I'll try to be brief on all of them. Firstly, there is a direct natural connection between tourism investments and aviation.
Okay.
Aviation is the oxygen that tourism needs. The more airlift we get, the safer and more regulated and more seamless and efficient the aviation industry is, the better for tourism. Investment is closely aligned to tourism. Tourism is dependent upon new inventory, new product, new resorts. If you came to the Bahamas 10 years ago, you stayed at Atlantis. Now you can stay at the newest resort in the country, Bahama, for new experience, just as an example. Okay? So there's a natural fit and a natural connection. I've noticed in some countries that culture and tourism are fused together. Okay? There is some value in this. But I would say to you, firstly, that culture, in my view, is a Bahamian thing. And culture, in my view, ought to be taught in our schools, right? In our homes, when we are young, right? And therefore I see a natural fit between youth and sports and education and culture. Culture is our thing's voice. Culture is also a niche of the tourism industry.
Okay.
So there are many, many components. Culture is one of them. Heritage, boating, yachting, diving, fishing, what we call Smurf, that's basically societies and fraternities and lodges, and religious tourism is another. We've been heavily focused on sustainable tourism. We've been doing it for 50 years. The world is caught up now. We've been calling it ecotourism. There's fly fishing, catch and release, game fishing, catch and release, experiencing the mangroves and the corals and the flora and the fauna. They're all niches of tourism, as is culture. Culture, we have a deep, abiding love for. It's our things, and that's why it bubbles so high on the scale of niches, whether it's a Junkanoo or regattas or homecoming or sailing or a dance or Gumbe. You know, it brings a level of excitement and enthusiasm. I like culture being our things, and I believe the Ministry of Tourism works closely with culture to ensure that we're exposing to the world who we are, what we're about, our warmth, but also all of our things, right? So we're working well together, and I think it's progressing well.
Do you think we do enough to push our culture, though? I just want to shift it a little bit when it comes to downtown and the revitalization and getting people off of those cruise ships through the port, which is wonderful. Love the port, love the fact that it's Bahamian businesses. I go there, I love to shop, I love to spend money with them, I love to eat. But, you know, it's hard to get people to get from there, through there, into downtown. I know, I want to say when I was younger, which would have been, well, anyway, downtown, you know, downtown, especially the nightlife, it was alive. You know, there were different clubs that you could go to, there were different spots that tourists could go to, different types of music. You know, it came alive, but it's like dead now. You know, after 5 o'clock, nothing is happening downtown. Do you think that there is something that could be done to maybe enhance our culture a little bit downtown after hours, have some bands and some music and a mini Junkanoo restaurant? I don't know, just throwing ideas out there to kind of encourage tourists to come and be a part of our culture, not just during Junkanoo time or during regatta times.
Short answer is yes. The Tourism Development Corporation and the Downtown Revitalization Unit are hungry for Bahamians to step up and create opportunities and participate in the livening up of downtown, as you put it, the creation of rooftop bars for rake and scrape bands, for example. We have made some progress though. We have a street musician program where we are inviting and have invited, and many of them are there, Bahamian musicians to come downtown and, you know, set up shop and play their music.
Okay.
This is a work in progress. We have some new entities down there, like I Dream of Sugar. They have a Bahamian night. We're encouraging more and more of this activity. It's a Bahamian effort. We all have to engage and participate.
All right, I don't want to cut you off, but they cutting us off.
Yeah.
So
The jingle means we go to the break.
We'll be back with more of this conversation right after this.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay Eden well.
Okay, guys, this is what we doing today. We training for the bounce back. This $150K payday. Y'all ready? Yes. Y'all sweating today. Give me a 2 ball. 10. Give me another 2 ball. 15. You spin, right? It don't look so. There's 10K. Name these games after me. Food Dragon.
Food Dragon.
Cinema Classic.
Cinema Classic.
Yeah. Put that parlay in. Put that in. You know, Jalen Bronson disappointed us last time. You gonna walk for this or you gonna run for this? Good pace. Good pace. Not too much water. Put it down. Let's go.
It's the Bounce Back 150K payday. Big wins for 10 weeks straight. 15K every week. 10K to a lucky winner. Visit islandluck.com for more info. Island Luck. Winners live here. It's time for Quick Draw. Get out your tickets now. We're playing Quick 2, 3, and 4. Good luck!
Welcome back to Eye on the Nation.
Hello, welcome back to Eye on the Nation. Thank you for staying with us through the break. I'm Leland Miller.
I'm Sandy Brown.
And if you're just joining us, we've been joined in the last segment by Deputy Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Minister of Tourism, Aviation and Investment, Jessica Cooper, and most notably, Member of Parliament for Exuma and the Ragged Islands.
We've also apparently been joined by the entire PLP under our live. And you guys can also come under our live if you have any comments that you would like us to share, any questions you would like us to ask respectfully. We're going to go through them and make sure that y'all aren't being rude. You're welcome to join us on our live. It's ILT Studios Live. Also, Eye on the Nation on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you can, whatever questions or comments you have, you're able to put them there. But I think we left off talking about what we can do for downtown. I did start off by saying that when I was younger, and everybody kind of giggled because I like being the youngest person in the room sometimes. Downtown, it was more fun. There were things that you were able to do. And then having traveled a lot, you go to certain cities and you notice that, like Orlando, for instance, they have their strip. And after the strip, you could go from club to club to club. You don't drive there, you just walk. People have suggested that that's something. They also had it in Vegas. What's the name of the strip in Las Vegas?
I don't know.
I'm you don't go away. Yeah. Where they have bands on different sides of the strip. They have people doing magic, doing stuff.
Yeah.
It's culture all around.
Yeah.
Maybe people suggested that something like that could happen downtown after hours. I don't know the logistics behind it, just kind of throwing things out there. And I think you started to answer it before we went to the break.
I want to say that we stand ready. The government's role is facilitation. We want to empower Bahamians. We don't necessarily want the government to be in private business downtown. The TDC is open and welcoming for all touristic opportunities, and we are here to support. Okay. If that support means providing some grant funding, if it means connecting the entrepreneur with other financial institutions, we are here. That's the message I want to send today. Our mission is empowering Bahamians. And it is my personal goal and desire to help to advance the country to a state of what I called earlier economic independence.
Okay.
So we want to work with entrepreneurs. We have done a lot of things downtown, by the way. And some of it is difficult to notice, right? We've created green spaces, we've created murals. All of those have done by Bahamians. We've created an incubation center for small enterprises for authentically Bahamian goods and services, 5 doors east of East Street. On Bay Street. We are constantly, the team, Downtown Revitalization Unit, constantly providing all of the basic support that you might suggest may fall under some other ministries. We have taken this on in earnest. We are providing garbage collection and cleaning and washing and all of these things. We're implementing many live music I've talked about already. But a music on bass system where if you're walking along, you can hear Bahamian music as you stroll. But we can't do it ourselves, and we're asking Bahamians to rise to the occasion. There are several of the properties where we've demolished buildings from that we are encouraging and inviting Bahamians, investors, to create mixed-use opportunities. Retail, hotel, parking, all of these things are essential. The TDC has created something called Bites on Bay. This is a pop-up food market, and it's going across exceptionally well. It's not happening enough. I believe it's happening once a month at the moment. The last one was at Elizabeth Avenue. There's Bahamian food, there's music, there's Junkanoo, all of those cultural suggestions you had earlier, all fused into a Saturday.
and I think the last one was really oversubscribed. So we're making some progress.
Sure.
Can there be more done? Absolutely. Do we need the Bahamian public to engage more? Absolutely. Can we get the word out better? We're going to keep pushing at it.
So let's talk a little bit about how diverse the tourism product here is in the Bahamas. Most recently, Grand Bahama has been said to be one of the fastest rebounding economies in the Bahamas right now, largely due to the introduction of the cruise port in East End. The same can be said about Eleuthera with the cruise port that was recently placed in there, and then of course we see the same template in Bimini, right, which is I think the elder of the three. So the model works, right? You put landing strips for large vessels and tourists will come to it. But there are some, again, of the detractors, some of the people who say, well, yeah, there are 4,000, there are 5,000, there are some days 8,000 tourists that pull up. But the wave of the economic spin-off somehow doesn't make it inland far enough into Grand Bahama's economy. There's still, if you look around the city of Freeport, still much dereliction, still a lot of abandonment. And so you get on the eastern side of the island and it appears as though everything is okay. But the wave or the thrust of the tourism product, even in Eleuthera, even in Bimini, is not magnificent enough to cause there to be an overall benefit for the entire island. What do you say to those people?
We must create more product, exciting things that people can spend money. We have to help to extract the money out of the pockets of the guests that come. The Ministry of Tourism will ensure that the guests come. We will help to create products and experiences. Now, as it relates to Grand Bahama, let me just tell you that Grand Bahama is growing as the fastest growing destination in the Bahamas by cruise, but by air as well.
Okay.
And I want to talk a little bit about our airports at some point. But airlift has grown consistently in Grand Bahama. Air arrivals up 20% year over year in Grand Bahama alone. Yes, we are breaking the charts everywhere in terms of cruise visitors. Last year, we had a modest decline so far, and we can tell you for stopover visitors, we're looking much better than we did last year. Okay? All things being equal, no hurricanes, no disasters, no wars anywhere in the world, etc. You understand what I'm saying? So when it comes to this whole debate about stopover versus cruise, we prefer to have a higher spending tourist than a lower spending tourist. There's no disagreement from me on this issue. Again, the opposition like to make hay about it. I wish they'd come for their briefing, and we could explain to them the realities. We could tell them all of the things that we're doing in our strategy to increase stopover arrivals. Airlift is a big component. We're going into new markets. We're pivoting when we need to. Canada is up more than 50%. For example, we have now 45 flights a week from Canada. We've expanded to 3 additional cities in Canada. That's not.
Sonny is a fan of that.
That's not.
Listen.
That's not by chance. That's not a post-COVID phenomenon. That's strategy and the implementation of the strategy. We've been to more than 35 cities around the world, in USA, in Canada, South America, Europe, the Middle East, everywhere, telling them the story of the islands of the Bahamas, how we have some of the biggest and most renowned brands like Rosewood and Atlantis and Bagari and all of the new ones that's coming. But we also talk about the small resorts like the Curly's Beach Resort that I believe you know, and the Peace and Plenty in Exuma and Rolez in Cat Island.
Which is also fantastic and phenomenal.
All across, you have an affection for Cat Island.
I have to take her with me.
What I'm saying is we are very focused because, by the way, I'll tell you that Cat Island has the largest percentage ownership of resorts by Bahamians that I've observed. It's been truly impressive. I know 8 or 9 small resorts all owned by Bahamians.
Fully Bahamian owned,
It's truly impressive, and we'd like to see more and more of that.
in Cat Island and in the other islands in Bahamas. But the point I'm making is we are relentlessly focused on expanding air arrivals and stopover visitors because they spend more.
Indeed.
It's the strategy, but we need more inventory.
Indeed.
I talked about the connection of investments to tourism. This is why we're attracting a lot of investments in hotels. We need more rooms. We got to be able to accommodate large groups and conventions. We must give people options and quality options. And this is why I'm excited about those investments coming out of the pipeline. And over the course of the medium to long term, we will see that happening. We must continuously reinvent, create more opportunities, and tell the world about the exciting things that we have to offer and what we're doing here in the islands of Bahamas.
Well, I only needed to add to his Cat Island comment that they all sit on sparkling pieces of real estate. So wonderful, it is almost unimaginable. He left that part.
All right, okay.
And, I am the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism. All of our islands are beautiful.
Good answer.
And I'm not allowed to have favorites.
That's good answer. I have a few
talk to
favorites
me after the show.
Sure.
But I do have a question, though, as it relates to Bahamians and Bahamians wanting to travel more inter-island travel. You know, I like to say back when I was younger, I love to travel the world. I still love to travel, love to shop and stuff. But when I want to relax, I love to go to the family islands. But you do have a lot of people saying it costs the same thing to go from here to Toronto, especially now with all those direct flights that you were talking about, or from here to Miami, that it costs just to go right around the corner. Is there anything being done to make it more affordable for Bahamians to be able to go and relax a weekend in Exuma or on those beautiful beaches in Cat Island that you guys were talking about?
First of all, we want to create more access into the family islands. Where there's more access, it will generally drive the price of the airfare down. I'm happy to tell you that we've created new non-stop flights into Ragged Island and into Stella Maris and Rum Key and Farmers Key.
Okay.
So you can go.
All places I've never been.
You can go to more of the islands with a regularly scheduled service. And that's good for the development of these communities. We're not Nassau-centric in our approach. We want the economy to develop with tourism everywhere. We want all of the islands to feel it, like you say. The issue of cost is a real one, and it's often driven by a combination of air and hotel, etc. We have put out in the past some incentives like
two fly free program. Yes, I've done that.
We still have that. It's focused by and large on the international market through the Bahamas Out Island Promotion Board. They do a fantastic job, by the way. And we want more Bahamians naturally. And I anticipate that we are going to be launching more of a domestic tourism incentive in the future. But all of our festivals and regattas are all draws to the family islands. And this is why they work so well. And this is another component in addition to culture and heritage, etc., that we're doing in the family islands themselves. The question of cost, we have to look at how we incentivize domestic tourists to travel. The cost of living is something I spoke about today in the House of Assembly. It's something that concerns us. And we are determined to do as much as we can, as best we can, to address it. Most of the issues, regrettably, are external to us. And whenever there is a war, there's a increase in cost of oil, there's a increase in cost of manufacturing, disruption in supply chains, etc. It exacerbates the problem of cost of living, cost of doing business, etc. It's the cost of doing business that's really helped to establish the cost of hotels, for example, in the family islands. So this is something we must tackle over time. What is important, though, is at the price levels we have to ensure that we're providing quality. We have never been able to compete with some of our South American, Caribbean destinations like the DR or Mexico, for example. So therefore, we hope that we provide what we call a premier luxury experience. I hope that you're getting that in the Family Islands as well. But we're tackling cost of living as best we can. We're making more than 100 items VAT-free, for example. We're providing customs duty exemptions. People in the tourism business get to build their resorts under the Hotel Encouragement Act with incentives, no duties to bring imports. I think these are the kinds of things that we must continue to try to do.
I see religious tourism is making a comeback, interestingly enough. I know that it was something that had kind of been given birth to in a former iteration of a Progressive Liberal Party administration. I see it now coming back at the end of this incarnation of the Progressive Liberal Party in this administration. What is the thinking around religious tourism? Are we expanding it to more than just Christian tourism? And how are we building that into the eco-tourist product with people that come for serenity journeys and those kinds of things? How exactly are we?
Well, religious tourism has long been with us. I grew up in Church of God of Prophecy and
they were almost as safe as us in the Church of God.
The reality is they have conventions and people come from all around the world. Yes, there was more focus in previous administrations. We're bringing back that unit headed by Dr. Kenneth Romer. We're bringing new energy and focus to it. We're seeing a surge in demand. The world is recognizing that we're modern sun, sand, and sea. We're warm, hospitable people, but we are highly religious ourselves. I attended a convention the other day, and everyone felt at home, not just because of the hospitality, because we were one. We had similar beliefs, and even where we don't have similar beliefs, for example, there are large numbers of persons from the Jewish community, for example, visiting every year. The number is growing exponentially, and certain resorts have what they call a kosher experiences. And there's truly been a surge in this activity, and what we want to do is help to facilitate more and more of it. We've been blessed by having Neil Ellis, Miles Monroe, and many of our religious leaders who've gone abroad and built a brand for themselves. But they told the world that Bahamas is where God lives. And that's resonated. And around the world, when I go to Africa, I meet people who ask me about Dr. Miles Monroe. And they want to come to the Bahamas. So we have a natural conduit because of who we are as a people, our beliefs. We love church and religion ourselves. We are strong believers in God, and this resonates with the world. And therefore, we saw a very natural fit here. When a guest comes with a purpose, whether that purpose is business or religious or sports, or to watch their child compete in gymnastics. They want to do other things. So we get them here, and we hook them to go to the Exuma Keys, for example. Just say. Or to Cat Island. But the reality is there's a natural, always a connection between the various niches. And that's why we're building out our airport network. Because we want to ensure that there's easy access to all of our destinations. Not just for tourists, mind you, but to improve the quality of life of our people, to create economic activity. And that's why we are actively at the moment working on almost 14 airports in the Bahamas.
2 of which are in Cat Island.
Right now.
What is your obsession with Cat Island?
Listen, that Arthurstown airport
is fantastic. I've seen the pictures.
It's absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to go there next week to take a picture in front of it.
They have to invite us.
Absolutely beautiful. And New Bight's coming along nicely as well, as is Exuma, Naughty Lutra, and Governor's Harbor, and Rock Sound, and Black Point, and Deadman's Key, Long Island, and Rum Key. And on the drawing board, we have new airstrips for Farmers Key and Staniel Key. I'm excited about what an airport can do for a community. Imagine a world-class airport in Black Point, Exuma, as the hub for the Exuma Keys, where you can land your jet directly from New York into Black Point, clear customs and immigration, move on to any one of the surrounding keys, stop at a mom and pop shop to get your prescription or whatever it is you need, go into a local bar or a restaurant, spend some money there, get an Airbnb. It really helps the community to develop their overall economy. It creates the kind of opportunities that we're talking about, and it opens up many of these islands to the world. Many of our guests come as tourists, and they become residents.
They love it here.
They invest in property. They invest in businesses. They create what we've been calling foreign direct investments. I've met with people who say, I'm semi-retired, I live in Albany or wherever, and you know, I want to do something in the Bahamas because this is my home. Airports create economic opportunity. It gives access. It creates opportunities where they wouldn't have existed before. And it's dignity. It's quality of life for the people. Imagine now you can fly directly into Arthurstown, since we love to talk about that.
I might as well throw a plug in for you, Luther, since you're doing that. Come on now.
We'll let y'all have
Pineapple Girls from Luther, since we keep talking about Cat Island.
I'm going to tell the MP for Cat Island that he has a great advocate.
Indeed.
Clearly.
Right here on the eye of the nation.
I mean, just put it out there. Since we love Cat Island so much, a show from Cat Island would be great. A show from Exuma would be great.
You just said they're opening the airport?
Yeah, open it for us.
I think that's a fantastic idea.
See? You just have to put it out there.
I'm sure Dr. Rome is listening.
Yeah, you know, just letting it happen, just throwing it out there.
We'll make it happen. The eye on the nation. Coming to you live
from Arthurstown,
from Forbes Hill, Little
or from Eleuthera, from Palmetto Point, Eleuthera.
I like it.
You know, I got to put something else out there.
No, seriously, we have to tell this story. It's a fantastic story. It's the most aggressive program that we have ever seen in the history of the modern Bahamas on infrastructure. And we're not just building airports, you know, roads and docks.
We see the roads.
And schools. It's a fantastic renaissance of the Family Islands.
Well,
and I can't wait for this progress to continue.
You've got 2 minutes. You're here as the Minister of Tourism. But the people of Farmers Hill and Ragged Island, they have elected you.
And they in the comments.
Is there anything you want to say to those people?
I'm eternally grateful that they've hired me. And they've given me now a second contract. I'm coming to the end of that second contract, and I'm reapplying for the job again. And I hope that my record will speak for itself. We had great progress. We haven't been perfect. There are still some things to do. We have to focus, for example, on healthcare. It's one of the things that I wake up thinking about in the morning, on housing. But we have had tremendous progress in Exuma. We've had upwards of $300 million in new infrastructure. Airports in Georgetown and Black Point and Staniel Key and Farmers Key, bridge in Staniel Key. We're building more and more roads, for example. We've had 60 miles. We're doing another 50 miles is the smoothest asphalt roads in anywhere in the country. Infrastructure drives economic growth. There are people who work for these infrastructure companies. So there's jobs, there's opportunities, people who sell lunch. So we look at it as building an airport, but there are so many spin-offs that we've been able to achieve as a result of the work that we have done. We want in the upcoming term to really continue the work that we've laid out in what I've been calling eVision 2030. There's opportunity for a multi-purpose spotting facility. There's opportunity, as we've previously forecasted, for more activity for our young people. We want our young people to feel engaged in the economy, in the community, and participate. We want them to feel a part of what's happening. We've attracted, for example, $1.5 billion of new investments in Exuma alone. Opportunities at all levels, more than jobs. We want them to own the economy with entrepreneurship, and these are issues that we're working on diligently. I'm applying for the job again. I'm grateful for the opportunity that I've had. I'm ready to continue the progress.
All right. We're applying for the job too. Iron Nation and Exuma. Iron Nation.
And then Luther.
And then Luther.
We'll see you tomorrow.
All righty.